I know you're hurting, feels like you're learning about life the hard way, and it ain't working. 'Cause I know how hard it can get. You've gotta lift, you've gotta lift, and sometimes that's how it is. But I know you're stronger, stronger than this. Yeah, I know how hard it can get. You gotta lift, you gotta lift, you gotta lift.
When we walked back into the kitchen after the challenge, we come in, there was a little notepad and a bit of a riddle on it.
Start of the week eating takeaway food. Here's the key to the fridge to light your mood.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was going to be such a big deal existing on takeaway. You know, you can make healthy choices on takeaway menus, but you're a little bit controlled by snacks and things like that.
Yeah, Bubba, hang on, the fridge might be empty.
Quick, open it.
Yeah, open it. I could have died through it personally.
The fridge was full of food again. It was so nice to think that, you know, we can take control of what we're eating, what time we're eating.
I feel like I've lost weight, whether I have or not. It's been a bit hard, even with our chef. I mean, as much as he was fabulous, he's not a nutritionist, and we had to be very picky of what we ate. We wish to God that he'd actually spoken to Bob beforehand, but I think our food this week has been a little bit erratic.
That is so good. We can eat egg whites.
Yay!
You know, in the last chance workout today, really, what's done is done. The whole point of these workouts is just to get that last bit of sweat, you know, drop some excess water weight before the weigh-in. You're done. I mean it. It's over.
I didn't do the last chance workout because Gillian kicked me out of the gym. Because I'd worked so hard on the challenge, I kind of had overexerted myself a little bit and my body sort of started to shut down. I got a bit wobbly.
Chrissy, step on the side. And I'm looking at you, and you're done. If you push it anymore, your results are going to be counterproductive. You're so stressed out right now that you could retain fluids. Chrissy, go to bed. You're out, dude. You know what? Sometimes you gotta put, like, your players above the game. And she's cooked, man. So no last chance workout for her.
All of the things that are stressful in your life or that have influenced you in a negative way come to the surface. And I was at my physical limits. Everything bothers me going into the weigh-in, stressing out about if I've lost enough weight, have I done enough during the week, who's looking at me, who's thinking about voting me out, is my team going to lose, are we going to feel sad? Everything bothers me.
I felt like I'd let the team down in the challenge. I wanted to push as hard as I could in the last chance workout to show them that I could do more, but also as like almost a survival mechanism. I felt that I disappointed the team, and that's a good enough reason to get voted out if we go to elimination.
Food.
Well, you stayed in here and you did it. Shane powered through for 2 hours and he salvaged it.
That's the difference, I'm soaked.
They've done everything they can for this weigh-in, everything.
I absolutely think that the blue team has a great chance of winning this weigh-in. Their whole mindset is just win, 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 win.
Bob was focusing on everyone. He definitely wanted us to sweat it out. He trained us pretty hard today, and I'm pretty sure we'll win the weigh-in and save my butt, because I need it.
Even though I was in severe pain, I didn't want to let the blue team know or Bob know the exact extent of my pain. I managed to suck myself out of it, and I wasn't doing it for myself, I was doing it for the blue team and also Bob. I just wanted to get through these training sessions and along that way lose the weight that will just keep me still in the game.
We also got into the resistance pool, which was great to cool off. We just jumped in with our clothes virtually.
Already keep some clothes on. No! Bob's here.
Yeah, Bob stripped down and all the wolf whistles started.
Bob's a hottie.
You guys are on a high note right now. You've worked hard, you've lost heaps of weight, you win the weigh-in, and you're gonna see that red team crumble like they did on those stairs. Crumble.
Another week, another weigh-in. The Blues and Reds at it again. I need to win. My head could be on the chopping block if I'm on the red crew. I'm not that tight with the folks there yet.
The blue team walking in the weigh-in room today, I was feeling rather confident, thinking we've done our best. Winning both those challenges, I thought that would have been extra kilos dropped off.
The red team went in really confident this week. We trained really hard. We had the takeaway food, but we dealt with that by ordering healthy food, healthy options.
We're going to see this week who the contenders are or who the pretenders are, and it's going to be a tight one.
Welcome everyone to the most crucial part of your week, the weigh-in. As always, your team score will be judged by the overall percentage of body weight lost since last week's weigh-in only. There will be no immunity for the biggest loser this week because Fiona won it at Temptation. During yesterday's stair challenge, blue team, you beat the Reds for the right to decide which member of the red team will sit out of this week's weigh-in. Harry, who from the red team have the blue team decided to sit out?
It was a hard decision to make, but we've chosen Wal. Wal's been training pretty hard, and I'm just hoping we made the right decision.
Well, you're about to find out.
The red team's a close team, you know. We also are a smart team, and we know from just these few weeks how the blue team tick. We were certain that they were going to choose Wal. They have it in for Wal big time, and also Wal has proven that he's a powerhouse in losing weight.
It's now time to find out which team will be this week's biggest loser. Okay, Wal, you're up first. Your weight loss will not count this week.
I discussed it with the red team that, look, there would be no doubt that I would be the one sat out. They've sat me out on everything else.
While your previous weight was 150.6 kilos, your current weight is 150.1 kilos. That's a loss of half a kilo.
It was a bit of a risky thing to do because I probably drank it would have been about 3 litres of water last night and a half kilo yogurt, so it was about 3.5 kilos worth. Just so I could rub in that they chose me and they shouldn't have. Yeah, I was pretty pleased with myself. You know, it just shows that I'm confident with what I'm doing and you know, I'm willing to take a risk, and that's someone that you've got to be very wary of. Look, things are going good for the red team at the moment, and hopefully in about 4 more weigh-ins we'll know.
I think Wal's just making excuses up. You know, it makes him look smart, like, you know, we sucked you in. I'm almost positive he just had a slack week.
Weigh-in officially starts now with red team. Christy, let's get you up on the scales.
I've really felt this week that I didn't put in my best effort, that there was a lot of homework that I could have done a little bit better, and so I think I was feeling like I was the weakest link on my team this week.
Christy, last week you weighed in at 92.5 kilos. This week your weight is 90.8 kilos. That's a loss of 1.7 kilos.
Really, really, really happy. And I'm hoping that the red team gets a pleasant surprise as well. Yay! You know, I realised that I don't have to always be, you know, like I didn't win any of the challenges this week. And I guess maybe that was making me feel a little bit down too, but you don't have to be on top. You don't have to be coming first to be making a difference.
Adro, you're up next.
I was hoping that Adro was going to lose about 2.5, 3 kilos for himself. He really, really wants to do some bigger numbers to feel that he's contributing.
Adro, your previous weight was 124.4 kilos. Your current weight is 122.8 kilos. That's a loss of 1.6 kilos.
That's all I got to give.
Adro's been a bit of a funny performer. At 1.6 for his size, he should be doing a little bit more. I was sort of hoping for a 2.5 out of Adro.
1.6 was great for me. I've come to terms with the whole losing weight for me thing, but I was just maybe a little bit concerned that it wasn't quite going to be enough to help bring the red team in.
Red team, after Christy and Adro, that's a total of 3.3 kilos lost. Ruth, it's time to weigh in.
This week I achieved a mammoth goal for myself, and I was confident I'd have a good number because I jogged for the first time ever for an hour.
Ruth, last week you weighed in at 144.5 kilos. Your current weight is 141.5 kilos. That's a loss of 3 kilos.
Yes, Ruth.
Yay! Okay.
Ruth is the truth. She was looking for a 2 kilo, 2.5 at the best, and she rock and rolls. She goes up there and hits a 3, and we were just ecstatic. Her potential's there and her actual's there, and it's starting to come together, and that's what we want.
We did the stair climb yesterday, and I refused to give up. Seeing 3 kilos makes it totally worth it.
Once you got up and lost 3 kilos, I thought, wow, now we're getting up there. And then obviously there was Shane to come. You know, all those thoughts started to come back to my head thinking, geez, maybe we should have chosen Shane, you know.
Red team, that's a total of 6.3 kilos lost, with only one person to go. Shane,
Yep.
it all comes down to you.
I was last. I thought, 2.6, 2.5, somewhere around there this week. Because I haven't been able to push myself in the gym.
As Shane was walking up towards the scales, all I could think of was him crawling up those stairs, and I thought, if he does more than 5 kilos, I'll eat my hat.
Shane, your previous weight was 136.6 kilos. Your current weight is 131.2 kilos. That is a loss of 5.4 kilos. Do you recognise that bloke on the wall there?
I don't acknowledge that bloke on the wall. That's someone I'm never going back to.
I think Shane thought that his head was on the chopping block this week. So the dance that he showed, I think he was basically saying, look, here I am, I'm the best, you'd be an idiot to chop me out of here. And I just thought, oh my God, we could be in trouble.
The blue team should have seen that Shane was going to be our biggest loser. He does look different. Definitely looks different. He is always in the gym, and they should have known that Wal was going to try and sabotage their efforts.
He lost a big weight. Congratulated. I thought, wow, that's fantastic. And then at the same time, I thought, well, if he can do it, I should be able to do it as well.
Red team, that's a great team effort. You have managed to drop 11.7 kilos this week. That's a 2.35% loss in combined body weight this week.
Yeah, thanks, AJ.
Good work, guys. Well done. Blue team, it's your turn. To beat the red team's total percentage of weight loss, you need to have lost at least 11.7 kilos. If you don't, you will join me in elimination.
When the Reds had weighed in, I felt extremely confident thinking if Harry achieved his weight loss that he did last week, then we were definitely going to be there.
I wouldn't say, overly confident. Harry was a dark horse there, and he'd been training hard. He wanted to show everyone that he'd been putting in a lot. We just had to wait and see.
Okay, let's start with Fiona. Fiona, you were tempted by immunity this week, and your indulgence paid off. The 475 calories of rich, dark chocolate that you ate brought you another week in this house. But has it affected your team's combined weight loss total?
I'm praying I haven't put on weight, but I ate 19 chocolates. I mean, I worked that into my calories and worked it off training-wise, but it's still sort of in the back of your mind.
Fiona's up first for the Blues. Hasn't got the best track record. I mean, if you're a punter, you wouldn't be putting big money on her. That's for sure. She's no Mackay diva.
Fiona, last week you weighed in at 92.9 kilos. Your current weight is 91.5. That is a loss of 1.4 kilos.
Good girl.
Well done. Chocolates and all.
It's a negative. That's the main thing.
I've got to say, seeing the numbers on Fiona, considering she thought she wasn't going to lose anything, I thought, oh, great, you know, like we could come close here.
Thanks.
With 3 members of the blue team to weigh in, you need to have lost another 10.3 kilos to avoid elimination. Tracy, you're up next.
It'd be great if I could lose 2 kilos and then I'd be under that 100, and hey, that's my aim.
Tracy, your previous weight was 100.1 kilos. Your current weight is 98.6 kilos. That's a loss of 1.5 kilos. Congratulations on breaking the 100 kilo barrier.
I can't believe that. It's been a while. Let's kiss those triple figures goodbye.
Go on then.
After Tracy's on the scale, I realised that we needed approximately 8.5 to 9 kilos more, and I thought, wow, it's a big ask now because there's just me and Artie left.
Okay, blue team, that's 2 down and 2 to go. So far, you've lost 2.9 kilos. You need to lose another 8.8 to avoid elimination. Artie, let's see how much weight you've lost this week.
He walks up pretty confident, so I'm thinking, oh, here we go. He stepped on the scales and I'm thinking, oh, if he gets 3.5, we're in trouble.
Okay, Artie, your previous weight was 142.9 kilos. Your current weight is 140.5 kilos. That's a loss of 2.4 kilos.
When AJ had announced that I lost 2.4 kilos, straight away I looked down because I thought that could have been a plus, but it was definitely a minus, and I was so happy with that 2.4.
When Artie pulled 2.4, I got a little concerned then because, you know, Harry, you know, even though I hadn't seen him do heaps, it doesn't mean he hasn't. And, you know, this guy's quite capable of pulling 7 kilos out.
Harry, let's see if you have helped your team avoid the chop like you did the first 2 weeks.
It was still danger time. I thought, you know, like Harry lost 5.8 last week, so I thought, oh, you know, bells started ringing, and I was still a bit shaky, but trying to show the team that we were confident.
I was just praying that he would lose enough so we don't have to go to elimination. I mean, he knows that it's basically his head on the chopping block, and the pressure he must have been under, and I just felt so sorry for him.
I'm thinking, if Shane done 5.4, I can do 7 kilos, you know?
We know the possibility of what Harry is capable of. I mean, he's proven it, I think, 4 weeks running now. Once Shane pulled out that big number, we thought, oh God, Harry can only be close. So we were actually all starting to get a little bit nervous at that point.
Harry, your previous weight was 156.8 kilos. Your current weight is 155.5. That's a loss of 1.3 kilos.
It's all right, Harry.
Not very good. Eventually it's going to catch up with you and your body's going to go into shock and say, hang on, what's going on here? Let's hang on to the fat. And yeah, it's still there. Definitely hang on.
It's all over Red Rover, Harry. Turn the lights off, last drinks, let's go home, because there's no way that Harry is going to be here for next week's show. Because I know how much Harry wants to be here, and I know he's worked and he's proven his worth for that team, and he's worked hard and he's got a kick in the teeth, and that just really pees me off.
Blue team, Your total weight loss this week is 6.6 kilos. That gives you a percentage weight loss of 1.34%. Congratulations, Red Team. This week, you are our biggest loser. Blue Team, I will now see you at Elimination, where one person's dreams of being the biggest loser will end.
Once again, devastated. I so don't want to go into elimination. And yesterday we were so up here, and today we're back down here again. It's, you know, there's no happy medium.
Blues had kicked our tail on 2 challenges. They were looking strong. I think it was just, you know, a relief that we'd got over the line.
Tracy, Fiona and Artie are best of friends, and they're not going to split up. Nothing will split them up.
I personally was sort of really not too fussed if we lost this week, because it meant that we would be able to vote out some of the stronger members of the Red Team that would eventually threaten my opportunities to win the game, and they would have been Shane or Wal.
I, for the first time, had lost more than the big guys. So that was great. The only person that beat me out of the males was Shane. So hey, I don't feel so bad anymore.
Next week on The Biggest Loser.
Well, I'm going to say it's out of us 3, so one of us is going to go.
The blue team faces their second elimination in a row. With the alliance standing strong, can anything save the Blues' biggest loser to date?
Is there a chance you can talk to one of them?
No.
Hey, you've got to try everything, you know?
I'm not going to beg, mate, you know what I mean? That's not going to happen.
The Reds take the law into their own hands.
The Red Team decided to change rooms. They've had 4 weeks and their team is smaller. There's 4 weeks to go and our team is bigger.
You know they're going to spit chips.
And when push comes to shove,
I feel violated. We could have piled it on your bed if you really wanted.
Do you care?
who will stay
I wouldn't dare do it to one of you.
and who will go?
But quitting's not going to solve anything.